everyone. Happy Tuesday. Good morning to all you lovely ladies out there. Hope you're doing well. I'm just preparing everything for this Facebook Live here. And I have the raffle prize here to give away. So the raffle prize was the Happiness Blooms enamel dots. And the winner is Cindy Bistram. So congratulations, Cindy. Send me your address and I will send your prize right out to you. This week's prize is very special. It's a really fun ink pad that I love. It's a copper Encore ink pad and it's a metallic and it's just gorgeous. You do have to heat set it a little bit to get it to dry, but once you use it, you're gonna love it. So that's the raffle prize for this week. So once you are on, give me a little hello so I can say hello back. Let me refresh this so I can see who's here. And so I can get started too. I've got a lot of fun things to show you today. And I have an ornament to show you and a gift bag and let me finish. I'm trying to pre-do the ornament so you don't have to watch me do all the steps in the ornament. An ornament and a diamond fold card and a suspension card. So a lot of different possibilities for different cards. Let's see here. Let's try this. Interesting. I'm setting up a watch party. Kind of fun. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you the items that I'm making today. This gift bag and this diamond fold card. It opens up like this. And this very pretty ornament. And this suspension card. All right, so let's start with the ornament since I'm kind of doing that. All right, so here's the ornament and we're gonna start by stamping and punching. So I've stamped out these ornaments from the Brightly Gleaming, Christmas Gleaming stamp set. So there's these 3 ornaments here. So I've done these 2 right here. And then I am punching out with the ornament punches all of these ornaments. So I want them in sets of 3 and I want 5. So I need 15 total. And now we have the other ornament and this smaller ornament punch. And to get to these little ornaments, I'm going to cut away the ones I've already punched. So I'm going to punch these out. So I've got these all punched out now. Now I'm going to score them in half. So for that, I'm going to use my paper trimmer. So I've got these 3 and these 3. And I'm going to place them in the very bottom of the paper trimmer. I don't think you can see that, so I'm going to kind of move it up a little bit. There we go. And just place it right in the bottom there. It fits nicely in that little groove. And just score it in half. And then you're going to fold that in half. So you're going to do it to all the ornaments. So score this one. It just makes it easy to place your ornament in and score it, so you can have perfect scoring. And then you can really burnish it with your bone folder. Score it really well, fold it really well. Make sure it's really in the middle. It's really half. Okay, so there's that one. And then now the little one, we're going to score all of these. 1, 2, and fold these in half. And then this one. So now we're going to fold all of these in half, and I'm done with my paper trimmer. So I've got all of these, oops, ready to go. So now I'm going to use some fast fuse. I really like the fast fuse because it's a stronger adhesive than the snail. So when I'm doing something like this, or a box or a bag or something, I like to use fast fuse. So I'm putting these all together, and then they're going to make this little 3D ornament. So you need 5. So I have one more here to put together. You just try to get them to line up as best you can. So here's another one. Now we'll do the little one. So here's the little one. So you're going to need 5 of each. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the large, and we've got 5 of the little ones. Okay, so now you're going to get a circle. It can be any size, but this one is 1 3/4 inch circle, but you could use like a 2-inch circle. That would work as well. And I'm just going to kind of arrange these around the circle a bit. Okay, so something like this. Okay, you can see it starting to come together. And then these are just going to go right in there. Okay, so let's put this together. So to do this, I am going to put this fast fuse adhesive all around my circle. You can see it's very sticky. Okay, so now I'll start with the one at the top out there. And then we had one about there. And there. Move this in a little bit. And then here. And here. So now these guys are going to get put up in here. And they're not going to have as much adhesive, so I'm going to put some on the back of them. There we go. So here we go. Put that right in there. You can see how this is coming together. Not hard to make. Really fun to make, in fact. Stick that in there. And just keep going around. And we'll stick this one in here. And we'll do this one. And then we will do the last one. Now to kind of cover up the middle, I cut out a star from the Stitched Stars dies. And we're going to place that right in the middle here. It's going to get placed with a lot of dimensionals. But first I'm going to use a little bit of glue here to glue this on if it comes out. You know, you squeeze too hard and then a ton of glue comes out. Okay. And I'm going to stick this gold glimmer paper star on top of the Night of Navy star. And then I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals to stick this up. Let's say at least 3 or 4. So I'm just going to stick them right in the middle. Let's start with 3. So I'm going to peel that layer off and do another one. And peel that layer off and do another one. So let's start with 3. Yep, I think 3 is going to do it. All right, and then the last step is to flip it over and use, I taped it down. You can use adhesive, but I prefer tape. So I just taped down some of our gold edged Very Vanilla ribbon to coordinate with the Very Vanilla paper that I used. And so that is your ornament. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Are you going to make one? I really hope you make one, because I'm going to make more of these. We'll see how many I make. But they make great gifts, and it's something handmade that you created. So it's like you're giving a part of yourself, a part of your time, a part of your heart to your friends. So that's why I really like crafting and paper crafting and making cards. All right, so that's the ornament. So now I'm going to show you how to make this. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just looking on the computer. I want to try to see your comments, but I'm not sure how. But here is a suspension card. It's really fun because the ornament is suspended and you can twist it and then it flips. So it's a really fun card. So I'm going to start with a Night of Navy base, 5.5 by 8.5, and I am going to punch out a circle. I'm going to use a 2.5-inch circle punch because that's going to work best. And I'm going to place it all the way down, and I'm going to center it. So that's our circle there. So we're going to do this a couple more times. We're going to place our paper where we want it. And since this paper is thin, I'm just going to go ahead and tack it down. And my adhesive is not agreeing with me. So let's use some better adhesive. Okay, so I'm going to tack this down, and then I'm going to punch again. So open it up, and I can see where I'm going to punch. Okay, so now, so I don't get a lot of, that's a little bit ragged edge. But now I am going to place this inside about where I want it. And I'm going to use a pencil, and I am just going to draw a little tiny, oh, where's my lead? Circle. And that way I know where to punch. Ooh, the other circle stuck. Okay, so I'm gonna punch this circle out now. So now I have this circle. So I'm not gonna adhere this down yet because I need to wait. So now I'm going to put these aside for a moment. I'm going to stick this one in here. And I'm going to stamp the ornament. So I'm going to do one side Night of Navy, and the other side is Old Olive. So I'm going to use Versamark ink. It's a sticky ink that allows me to have embossing powder stick to it. And it's really good to use an embossing buddy, which I am not finding. Embossing buddy. Well, we'll take our chances here. You just want to make sure that your fingerprints aren't all over the paper. So there's one, and then I've got this copper powder that I'm going to pour over. And then I've got this copper powder on here. It's kind of dark, so I don't know if you can see. And I've got a heat tool that I'm going to heat up the powder with. And it melts the powder and creates this shine. Now you can see it. So I'm going to let that cool off a little bit, and then I will stamp this next one right here. And we'll get some embossing powder on this. You can be generous with your embossing powder. And then I'm going to heat this one up. You see it start to change? Pretty cool. This is one of the things that attracted me to stamping, is the magic of heat embossing. So now I'm going to punch these out. Line these up nicely. And I'm going to place some very special fishing wire between the ornaments. So this is a huge roll of fishing wire. I'm going to get a fairly long piece here. Set that aside. And I'm first going to use just some adhesive to kind of tack it down in place for me. And I want it to go right through the center. And then I'm going to use a stronger adhesive, a red liner adhesive, to hold it in place. Otherwise it's going to come off. So we'll do one up here, and we'll do one down here. I'll trim that off a little bit. So I want this to be super tight on here. And I can remove the red liner. And then I'm going to place this right here, right in the middle, like that. And that gives us our two-sided ornament, two-colored ornament. So now I can take this piece right here, move this away, and I'm going to place it like this. Which way? I'm going to do the navy. And again, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive here and here, just to tack it down and hold it for me in place while I am putting on my stronger adhesive. So there's one, and it's not even working. Come on. Okay, so there's that. This one's kind of there. So now I'm going to use the red liner tape again, and this is really going to hold it in place. And I'm just going to get a little bit. I like to use the thin red tape on the top again, really get it on there, and on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the red liner. That's why they call it red liner tape. I'm going to try to remove the red liner from my fingers. See, it likes to stick. Okay, let's try again. Bye-bye. All right, and then I can trim this and trim this. And I can place this over top to hide what we've done here. And then I'm going to just place this inside for someone to write a sentiment on, or you could stamp a sentiment in here. That would be nice. But you have to be careful. You'd have to do it towards the bottom so that it doesn't show through here. But that is how you make a suspension card. And you can wind it up. And then it flips. So fun card to give away. What do you guys think? Are you going to make a suspension card? I hope you do, because it's really fun. Okay, my next card is really fun too. It's a fun fold. It's a diamond fold card. And you open it like this. And then there's our sentiment. So I'm going to show you my template with the measurements, and you can take a screenshot so that you can have the measurements. I always make a template when I'm doing a fun fold card or box or bag or anything 3D, and it just helps me. And then I write on it usually what it is. It's a diamond fold card, so that I have a reference library of templates. So you can say template. So I started with a 5.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. and I have scored it at 4, 6, and 7.5. So really easy. Then for this diamond part, I measured, because this used to be out here, at 2 inches on both sides, and then 2 3/4 in the middle. And I trimmed off those triangles, and then I scored from that point to this score line, this 6-inch score line. So you could even make score lines here to indicate that this is a score line. You can probably see that better. And then you do the same thing over here diagonally. You're going to score from 2 inches to the 6-inch mark. Let me hold that up so you can see it. Let's see, and screenshot it. Okay, so this is the template. So I've already cut one out and got it ready. So here's all the pieces for this one. And so I've already scored, so I'm going to fold these scores in to create a point. And I'm going to use my bone folder to really make those score lines really nice, crisp. And then I'm going to fold the top of my diamond. I'm really going to try to poke this point out down here. There we go. So we have a nice crisp point and nice crisp folds. So now we just decorate it. So to decorate it, I started with some Brightly Gleaming Designer Series paper. It's gorgeous. It has copper foil on one side, and I know it's a crime that I'm going to use the other side and cover this up, but I like the subtlety of this side. It's nice, but I am going to use the other side right next to it. So it's got some pizzazz, some shine, some bling. We'll put that right next to it. Okay, so that's the inside here. And then on the outside, I've already cut this diamond to fit. So we will put that on, and I am going to show off the copper on this one for sure. So pretty. So we'll try to get this lined up. There we go. And so I have 2 circles. So one has the sentiment, and it says, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all good night." So it's a nice sentiment that fits right in here. So I'm going to ink that up with the Night of Navy ink and stamp that right there. And then I'm going to adhere this flat. If you know me, you know I like to use dimensionals everywhere. And I'm just going to make sure that it's hidden, so that when it's closed, you don't see it. Okay, and then on the front, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to place this so it matches with the other side here. So I know I'm covering up the copper again. But what you do is you buy a lot of paper so you can have more of that pretty paper and that copper. So now it's starting to look like a nice card. So I've got this dimension right here, and now I'm going to emboss again. So I embossed one in the pretty peacock color, and then the small one in the Night of Navy. So let's start with the small one. I'm going to need to clean it off here. So I need to get my chamois. This is our cleaning chamois. So I'm going to clean Just twist it and it gets, as you can hear, squeaky clean. And I'm gonna clean this one too. And then you can just rinse the chamois out with water and it's good to go. So this is really a great product for cleaning your stamps. All right, so now I'm going to use the Versamark again. And I wish I could find my embossing buddies. They have disappeared somewhere. Oh, they're right in front of me. Of course they are. So I'm going to rub some of this on here. It just helps keep the fingerprints off and the powder so it only sticks to where the Versamark sticky ink is stamped. So I'm going to stamp it this way. And I'm going to bring back my copper powder here. So this is embossing powder. And sprinkle that on. And then we're going to heat this up again. Isn't that magical? I love it. And then we'll let that cool off a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing with this stamp. Get it nice and juicy. Stamp that on there. Then we'll get some copper powder on here. Now we'll heat this one up. See, it starts to melt. So cool. All right, so now we can grab our punches again and we can punch these out. So let's start with the small one. And we have the large one. So I've got these two, and I'm going to pop everything up on dimensionals. So this gets a dimensional, this gets 2 dimensionals, and we'll put 2 on here. So I'll place this right in the center here. And then I'm going to place the large ornament first. And then my little ornament. And then I have a little tiny piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas in Night of Navy. It's a stamp that stamps the outline or the negative, so it looks like it's embossed almost. It's pretty cool. So there we go, Merry Christmas. And now I'm just going to trim with my paper snips around the edges, just a little bit. And then this is going to go on top of my ornaments. So when I snip away, it just looks like it was made to be that way. So now I'm just going to place this on top of my ornaments, and you have your diamond fold card. What do you think? Are you going to make a diamond fold card? I hope so. I hope you got a snapshot of the instructions. Hey, Denise. So now I'm going to show you how to make this bag. It's a super cute bag, and it even folds flat. So really cool bag. And then I love this denim ribbon. It fits perfectly with this. All right, so to start, I have a template so you can see where did I put that template? Here it is. So I have a piece of 12 by 8 cardstock, and I've scored it at 3 3/4, 5 3/4, 9 1/2, and 11 1/2. Then I've turned it counterclockwise and scored at 1 and let's see, I didn't mark these down, so I'm not exactly sure what that is. So I'll have to look that up and mark that. Well, I can measure it right here. So I've scored at 1 and 6. So this is 1 inch and this is 6 inches. Is that correct? No, I think I flipped it the other way around. So I'm just gonna mark that off. And it's really this way, sorry. So I scored at 2 and 3. 2 inches and 7 inches. Those are my score lines. And then I've scored at 3 only down to the second score line and stopped right here. And then I flipped it over and did the same thing. I scored all the way down at 3 to the second score line. And then I placed it back how I originally had it, and I scored here, and this is 4 3/4. And then this is 10 1/2. And then the last thing I did is I took a ruler. Let me find my ruler. I used to have 3 and now I can't find any, but you would put the ruler here and you would create a score line from this point right here to this point right here in the corner. And you would just score that right there. And then you're going to trim off this edge right here. This corner piece is going to go away. And then you're going to trim the bottom up to the first score line. So right here you're going to trim, here and here. So you can take a snapshot of that. And I will take a picture of it and post it on my website as well and on my blog. And now for the paper and the pieces. So here's the beautiful, gorgeous, brightly gleaming paper, and we're gonna have the copper show. The first thing you do is you fold the top down, and then you go ahead and put adhesive all along the top and fold that down. Then you're going to fold on all the score lines. Fold, 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 fold. This one didn't get folded correctly, so I'm going to correct that. And then fold on this bottom score line. And then come back in and try to fold on these little score lines here a little bit to get that going a little bit. So fold in. So now I'm going to use some Fast Fuse adhesive across this little tab right here. And make sure this lines up. Okay, so now we've got our basic bag. So now this is the front. Right here facing me, this is the front. So I'm going to put these tabs in. I'm going to put some adhesive across the back. Put my hand in there to get that stuck down. And then I'm going to place adhesive across the front. And the reason why I do that with bags and boxes is because I like to have fold lines in the front. They just look better than having a piece of paper that you can see right there. Okay, so now I can fold the bag flat to get the fold get that score line folded. So now the bag is flat. So now to decorate the bag, I have another piece of Very Vanilla cut out with the stitched shapes, and then I've punched out an ornament from some of the paper with that beautiful copper, and I'm going to put dimensionals on that. And I've cut out a piece from the copper foil and run it through the hammered embossing folder to give it this really pretty hammered look. So I'll put a dimensional there, and of course I'll put some dimensionals on this. And so we're going to do a similar thing that we did on the diamond fold card, is we'll place this down in the middle, and we'll place the ornament and this small ornament. Okay, and I've got a little piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get some ink on here, and I'm going to stamp this little piece of Very Vanilla. And then I'm going to trim it. Just a tiny bit over here. This one looks really good. I got more ink on it. All right, so now I'm just going to put some adhesive on here and adhere that to the ornaments. And there you have your decorated bag, but we've got one more step. Whoops. We need to punch the holes for the ribbon. So I'm just going to fold these out for a moment so that I can punch evenly right here. And I'm looking for my punch. Here it is. So let's say about there and about there. So now for the denim ribbon, just measure out a piece here. Probably like that. And then we'll do another one like that. And we'll thread them through here. And then I like to tie a knot. So here's our knot. Then we'll thread this one through and tie another knot. And there you go. You'll do the same thing in the back, and that's how you make your cute gift bag. And it's a good size. You could put chocolates or a bag of candy or a little gift or some jewelry in here. So this is a really fun gift bag to make. So thank you for watching. I'm just going to again show you all the projects that I made. So we did the gift bag, we did the ornament, we did this diamond fold card. This is all with the the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, and the punches, both punches, the large and the small ornament. These come in a bundle, and if you purchase them together, you get 10% off. And if you purchase them this week by Friday, I am going to send you all of these projects, including the suspension card that we made. So you can go to my website, eStampin.com, and use this hostess code, and I will be sending you all of these projects. Also, I wanted to let you know of a couple things. Our reusable shopping bags are now on sale. So you can purchase these 2 bags for $10. That's only $5 each. They're heavy duty, and the straps are sewed on really well. So you're going to have really nice grocery bags or bags for any occasion that you need. So reusable shopping bags are available. And some exciting news, our online extravaganza is starting tomorrow through Friday. And you're going to save 15% off inks, ink pads, and cardstock. And then you can take an additional 5% off the original 10% discount on bundles, the neutrals inks, regals inks, and the in color inks. And so I've got the whole list right here, and I've already posted it on my Facebook, and I'm going to post it on my blog, so be sure to check that out and go to my website again, eStampin.com, and purchase these items and save. So this is a great way to kick off your holiday season, is to get some beautiful crafts and things to make beautiful items for your friends. Let's switch views here, and I hope you've enjoyed watching today. Again, the winner of the raffle prize is Cindy Bistrom. So here's your prize, Cindy. Please send me your address so I can send you out your gift. And then the raffle prize for, I can't say the words or Facebook is going to delete my video, but for doing things that other people can view and see this video, you get your name thrown in for this copper ink pad. So please do things that you need to do to invite other people to watch this video. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Next week I will give you a little sneak peek tease of the cards that we're gonna make. It's from my stamp club. So the first one is this really pretty Christmas rose ribbon and stamp set that's only available in November that I did some cards with a couple weeks ago. And where's the other one? And this card right here, using the Snowfront stamp set. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty technique. So I will be showing you those cards plus one more bonus card next week. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys again next Tuesday at 9. I do this Facebook Live every week, and I will see you then. Thanks. Bye.